Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about the architecture of the circular economy. We hear that buzzword constantly, but true circularity, it's not just about recycling a plastic bottle. It's really about building networks. So let's head to the whiteboard and map out exactly how technology acts as the ultimate bridge to make this a reality. Let's start with a little provocation. Can a single business achieve true circularity entirely on its own? It's a massive question, right? And the answer to this completely dismantles the core myth of sustainability that we're tackling today. Here's our game plan. We'll start with the myth of isolated circularity, then explain what multi-stakeholder ecosystems actually are. After that, we'll build out our 4 pillars: digital infrastructure, secure governance, interoperable solutions, and finally, tokenized engagement. Let's get into it. Part 1. The myth of isolated circularity. It's time we tackle the biggest misconception holding back genuine sustainability. Look, the old linear mindset leaves us incredibly fragmented. Think broken supply chains, standalone processes, and crucial data locked tight inside corporate silos. It's a mess. Contrast that with a circular reality. True sustainability actually requires dismantling those silos. We have to physically and digitally connect these linear stages so resources flow in one continuous, unbroken loop. If you remember absolutely nothing else today, remember this: no business is an island. This is going to be a reoccurring mantra. You literally cannot be circular in a vacuum. It just doesn't work. Moving to part 2, multi-stakeholder ecosystems explained. So, what does a truly connected network actually look like out in the real world? Listen to this quote from James F. Moore back in 1993. He argued that business networks must be viewed as interconnected biological ecosystems in which all actors actively contribute to the co-development of common values. Think about how profound that is for a second. Businesses are literally like organisms in nature. They cannot survive alone. They must tightly integrate and completely rely on each other to thrive. Think of it this way. Your suppliers, producers, and consumers act as the living organisms in this environment. And just like a forest needs water, these ecosystems require a constant nutrient flow to survive. Now, in our modern economy, digital data acts as that essential nutrient. Supply chains generate massive amounts, often terabytes of data every single day. So technology serves as the central nervous system connecting every single actor together to keep that circular loop alive and healthy. Okay, so if technology is the nervous system, how is it actually built? Well, let's break this technological architecture down into its 4 foundational pillars. Pillar 1, digital infrastructure. This is the heavy-duty physical tech that kicks the whole thing off. Digital infrastructure relies on hardware, telecommunications, and big data systems to provide foundational connectivity. This is absolutely vital. Without physical hardware, cellular networks, and satellite routing, the physical and digital worlds simply have no way to communicate. This infrastructure connects routers, switches, and the actual physical assets moving around the globe. By leveraging the Internet of Things alongside cellular and satellite systems, we're talking drones and Earth observation tech here, we can gather massive amounts of real-time big data straight from the physical environment. This raw data, that's the absolute backbone for all the collaboration that comes next. Which brings us to Pillar 2, secure governance. Because capturing all that raw data immediately leads to a massive elephant in the room. How on earth do we keep it safe when multiple companies are sharing it? Secure governance is the application of cybersecurity, cryptography, and blockchain to ensure transparency, privacy, and accountability. Trust is the absolute glue of any ecosystem. If businesses don't trust the network, well, they're not going to share their data. Period. We need this cryptographic governance to make sure absolutely no one is tampering with the system. Applying blockchain and high-level cybersecurity eliminates data tampering and fraud. It ensures environmental footprint transparency, meaning we actually know if a company's carbon claims are real. Plus, it protects stakeholder privacy while sharing vital insights and creates undeniable accountability across the whole supply chain. This is the magic that makes co-opetition, where fierce competitors actually cooperate safely for a larger goal, a total reality. On to Pillar 3. Interoperable solutions. Because let's face it, having mountains of secure raw data is completely useless if you can't actually make sense of it together. Interoperable solutions utilize cloud, fog, and edge computing to ensure diverse systems are compatible and coherent. To translate the tech jargon for a second, interoperability really just means making sure everyone's software can seamlessly talk to each other. If a supplier's tracking software can't speak to the production software, boom, the circular loop breaks. When these diverse systems finally do communicate, cloud and edge computing completely shatter those legacy information silos. This allows brilliant innovations and know-how from one industry to easily spill over into another. It really enhances systemic coherence, so we can actually hit collective goals, like the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, by processing all that massive data into actionable, contextual insights that everyone can use. And finally, Pillar 4, tokenized engagement. This is the fun part, where we figure out how to actually motivate human beings and businesses to get involved. We need decentralized incentive models that reward stakeholders for active participation and sustainable practices. Think of this as the ultimate digital carrot for multi-stakeholder capitalism. We're using technologies like blockchain not just to keep things secure, but to tangibly pay out for good circular behavior across the entire ecosystem. Just imagine this flow in action. A supplier freely shares their transparent sourcing data. Then, the producer uses that exact data to design a modular, circular product. Finally, the consumer plays their part by returning the product at the end of its life. Because the network tracks this entire life cycle, smart contracts automatically distribute tokenized financial rewards to all three parties. Everybody wins. This model actively shifts the focus to multi-stakeholder capitalism. It incentivizes that competition we talked about, rewards real-world sustainable actions with tangible value, and most importantly, it ensures no single actor bears the massive cost of circularity alone. Remember our mantra, no business is an island. Shared effort in a network means shared reward. Bringing it all together, we arrive at this one powerful summarizing realization. The digital nervous system, which is built on infrastructure, governance, solutions, and engagement, connects those old, fragmented, linear parts into a thriving, biological-like circular whole. So the final question goes to you. How will you break down your silos and connect your linear processes into a thriving, digitally empowered, circular ecosystem? The blueprint is ready. Now it's time to build.